$28 million at the time, while some people, including myself, were saying that this might be a little bit too low because of the superstar that she is.
You know what's crazy? Nike just fumbled the bag with Caitlin Clark. Adidas swooped in with a deal that's got everyone talking. We're talking 8 figures here. That's anywhere from $10 million to $99 million. Nike's sitting there like they didn't just lose the hottest player in women's basketball.
At the start of this year's WNBA season, it was announced that Caitlin Clark signed a massive endorsement deal with Nike. This deal was for 8 years, $28 million with a signature sneaker included.
What were they thinking? Let's talk about Clark's rookie season. This girl was on fire. She broke the WNBA record for most three-pointers by a rookie, sinking 86 of them. And get this, she became the first player ever to get a triple-double in her rookie year. That's insane. But here's where it gets weird. Nike's been quiet. No ads, no promotions, nothing. It's like they forgot they had a superstar on their hands. Why are they letting Clark shine without any spotlight? There's gotta be more to this story, right? Nike's silence is so loud, it's practically screaming. What's really going on behind the scenes? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Now, at the time, a lot of us were so excited about this. Nike is obviously the biggest brand in athletic apparel, and Caitlin seemed to be a perfect fit for the brand.
While Nike stayed silent, another sportswear giant made a move that's about to shake up women's basketball forever. What if I told you Adidas just dropped a deal so massive it could rewrite the rules of sports sponsorships? This isn't just about money, it's about changing the game. Adidas came out swinging with an 8-figure deal for Caitlin Clark. We're talking anywhere from $10 million to $99 million. That's not just a paycheck, it's a statement. But here's the kicker, they're not just throwing cash at her. Adidas is planning to give Clark her own signature shoe. In the world of women's sports, that's like handing her the keys to the kingdom. You've got to wonder what Nike's thinking right now. While they're sitting on their hands, Adidas is out here shouting Clark's name from the rooftops. It's like watching a basketball game where one team forgot to show up.
For sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing. Since she has signed this contract, you guys, and her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise.
Adidas isn't just signing an athlete, they're investing in the future of women's sports. Think about it. This deal could be the domino that starts a whole new trend. Other brands might start looking at female athletes differently. It's not just about slapping a logo on a jersey anymore. We could be seeing the beginning of a whole new era in sports marketing. And it's not just us saying this. Billie Jean King, the legend herself, called Clark a generational talent. When someone like that speaks up, it's big. It's like getting a stamp of approval from basketball royalty. But Adidas isn't stopping with Clark. They're going all in on women's sports. Meanwhile, Nike's acting like they didn't just lose their hottest prospect. It's like they're playing checkers, while Adidas is out here playing 3D chess. Forget about shoe deals for a second. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing the game, she's changing the entire business of sports. Ever wonder what it takes to rival NFL viewership? Apparently all you need is one rookie with a killer jump shot. Let's talk numbers, because they're telling a story that's got everyone's attention. Clark's not just filling seats, she's packing arenas. We're talking over 500,000 fans showing up to WNBA games just to catch a glimpse of her in action. That's not just good, that's game-changing. You know what's even crazier? The Indiana Fever, Clark's team, saw 53,000 people come through their doors for home and away games this season. That's like filling a small city with basketball fans. And it's not just the Fever feeling the heat. The entire WNBA is seeing a nearly 50% bump in attendance. Half again as many people are showing up to games. And you can bet Clark's got something to do with it. But here's where it gets wild. Clark's games aren't just competing with other basketball games. They're going toe-to-toe with the NFL. One of her matchups pulled in 1.8 million viewers. That's the kind of number that makes TV executives sit up and take notice. And it's not just about butts in seats or eyes on screens. Clark's got people reaching for their wallets too. Merchandise sales related to her have shot up 450%. That's not a typo, 450%. People aren't just watching Clark, they want to wear her name, rep her team, be part of the phenomenon. But Clark's impact goes beyond the court and the cash register. She's changing how young girls see sports. Suddenly, playing ball isn't just something to do after school. It's a path to stardom, to changing the game, to making history. Clark's showing a whole generation of kids what's possible. Remember that NCAA championship game? Over 20 million people tuned in. That's not just a big number for women's sports. That's a big number, period. It's the kind of viewership that changes conversations in boardrooms and advertising agencies. Speaking of game-changing numbers, let's talk about 28 million. It sounds like a lot, right? But in the world of Caitlin Clark, it might just be pocket change. Nike's deal is raising eyebrows, and not in a good way. Remember when we thought Nike had scored big by signing Clark? Well, it turns out they might have just made the biggest mistake in sports marketing history. Here's the deal. Nike locked Clark into an 8-year contract worth up to $28 million. At first glance, that seems like a win, but when you look closer, it's starting to look like Nike might have seriously undervalued their golden goose. Think about it. Under Armour was ready to offer Clark $16 million for just 4 years. That's double the annual salary Nike's giving her. It's like Nike saw a Ferrari and decided to pay Honda Civic prices. What were they thinking? And it's not just about the money. Nike's been weirdly quiet about Clark since she went pro. No big ads, no flashy campaigns, nothing. It's like they signed one of the hottest players in basketball and then forgot about her. Meanwhile, Adidas is out here making moves, ready to give Clark her own signature shoe. You've got to wonder what's going on behind the scenes at Nike. Are they playing it safe? Maybe they're worried about giving a rookie a signature shoe before established stars like Aja Wilson. But here's the thing, Clark isn't just any rookie. She's breaking records left and right, pulling in NFL level viewership. She's not just a player, she's a phenomenon. Nike's silence is deafening, and it's got people talking. Fans are frustrated, experts are confused, and competitors are probably laughing all the way to the bank. This isn't just a missed opportunity, it's looking like a full-on marketing disaster. And you know what's really wild? This could change how athletes look at Nike for years to come. If you're a rising star in women's sports, are you gonna wanna sign with a brand that undervalues you? Or are you gonna look at what Adidas is doing and think, that's where I wanna be? It's not just about Clark anymore. This could be the start of a major shift in sports marketing. Nike's been the top dog for so long, but one bad move could change everything. They're not just risking losing Clark, they could be losing their grip on the future of women's sports. Let's recap what's going down. Adidas just dropped a bomb with their Clark deal, while Nike's sitting on their hands. Clark's not just a player, she's changing the whole game. We're talking record-breaking viewership, packed arenas, and merchandise flying off the shelves. This isn't just about one player or one deal, it's about the future of women's sports. Adidas saw the potential and went all in. Nike, they're missing in action. It's like they forgot they had a superstar on their roster. You've got to wonder, is this the moment everything changes? Are we watching the birth of a new era in sports marketing? As Clark keeps smashing records and drawing crowds, Nike's silence is getting louder by the day. Will this go down as the biggest fumble in sports marketing history? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the game will never be the same.